Anyone who metal detects for any amount of time is going to have a bucket list. I'll show you some of the finds that I've been able to cross off and ones I'm still looking for. These are my stories from the Signal. The term bucket list is not old at all. It originated from the movie The Bucket List from 2007. The word bucket in bucket list comes from the expression to kick the bucket. The origin of this is not as clear and rather dark. One possible origin is tied to suicide, in which one would stand on a bucket as part of their hanging, and they would kick the bucket to complete the act. Another possible origin is that a beam was known as a bucket in 16th century Europe, and animals would be hung on such beams to be slaughtered. From the perspective of metal detecting, a bucket lister is an item that someone wants to find. As your journey in metal detecting grows, and see what others are finding, your bucket list will grow. Hopefully you get to cross items off as you add them. Much of what you find has to do with where you live and detect, and how you detect. Do you hunt on the beach, in streams, on colonial farms, community parks, or do you detect at private homes? You can expect to find vastly different things with each of these types of detecting. Thus, what is easy for one person to find may be difficult for someone else. Here are some of the bucket listers that I have found. This is an ox knob. These would have been affixed to the end of an ox's horn. I found this one in New Hampshire at a metal detecting event. It was only a few inches under the road where all the attendees parked all week long. Related to livestock, here are croto bells, a conestoga bell, a cow bell, and these are range guides. All very cool items and typically found on old farms or roads. A shoe buckle, not in the best shape, nor as ornamental as ones often found, but still very cool. Thimbles. I would love to find more thimbles. Here is a common one, nothing fancy, not silver or gold. And here is a silver thimble, which was featured in a previous video. I still want to find one that has advertisement. For a while, I thought I would never find a harmonica reed. These are fairly common. At this point, I only have this one partial example found in New Hampshire. This wasn't even a consideration for my bucket list, but on the same day, I found two of these hemostats used by fishermen to remove hooks from fish. These are sometimes attached to a fisherman's vest, and I suppose they just fell off. When I found two on the same day, I thought for sure I would be finding these all the time, but I haven't found any more since. My first $50 was this barber. At the time I found it, it was the only barber coin I had found. My next barber coin was a quarter. One of my top bucket listers at that time was a Barber Dime. It took me a year and a half since I found the barber half, and I ended up finding two Barber Dimes within a few feet and only minutes apart from one another. When it comes to other coins, I've gotten a bunch of wheat pennies, mercury dimes, and some standing Liberty quarters, and a V-nickel. I've got some walking Liberty halves, and this silver dollar coin. For the longest time, I was looking for my ever-elusive Indian head, and just recently found this one. I have a number of large cents, including this one with a counter stamp. This Nova Constellatio was a coin I didn't even know existed until I found it, and was able to get just a glimpse of some of its details. I also found a Spanish real and a 2 real from 1721. This is my oldest coin. Despite living 45 minutes from Gettysburg, I really don't have much in the way of Civil War artifacts. I have some period ammunition found on farms and not related to camps or battles. Here are some items I still want to find. I'm sure this list will grow, and I hope I can cross things off. But frankly, the items I want to find most are the ones that bring out the best stories. The items that I can tie back to an original owner and ideally return. The ones where I get to learn about and be a part of someone's history. Where I can tie the item to something tragic, or better yet, a story of love. I want to find items that inspire me to tell a story. I can physically share an item with another person, or at most a family or small group. But I can share a story with anyone who wants to be a part of my passion for metal detecting, which is really a passion for finding and sharing stories.